Hello folks, and welcome back to Aldea. In this episode, I'm going to create a new shopping and entertainment district around Cuthbert Field, the stadium I built in the last episode. Cuthbert Field is more than just a soccer pitch, it's the new anchor attraction for this whole district. Thanks to the Plazas and Promenades DLC, this new district will be all about transit and active transportation. It's the kind of place where people go to attend the game, grab a bite to eat, shop, drink, and just be out to be seen. Come join me as I build this city-defining attraction. Okay. So thinking up here is some residential, some commercial kind of sports bar entertainment type stuff. Maybe a hotel. Actually, a hotel's a pretty good idea. I haven't used them all that much. What do we have for hotels that would look good up here? It's kind of high. I was kind of thinking it's not bad, but I'm trying to let the stadium and the hill and that be the star up here. Probably all these hotels are bigger than I'm looking for. It's going to be my hunch. Whew, that's huge. Here's the little budget hotel. That might be okay up here. Don't need that parking. And right with this one as well. Yeah. Bit of parking for the hotel in the pedestrian area. If I shove it over here to just the kind of beginning of this whole place. That kind of works. Without kind of breaking immersion, if you will. Okay, let's find some commercial stuff that fits. I did download the other day. I thought it was called Luma. It was Luna. It was Lux. I think this is Luxa. Kind of a nightclub. Another one with parking. I might just have to live with that. With that, some of them are going to have parking. Maybe there's special times you're allowed to come make a delivery. I suppose I could remove it, hide it, whatever the case may be. I'll put this one up at this end as well. So I could put it just like so. Okay. One down anyway. I think these ones actually will be better over here. And if I put them like this, I get that pretty sidewalk without an edge to it, but that's where the lights are, so let's just go look at leisure commercial. I think maybe what to do about this will all become maybe a little bit clearer once I actually have them all kind of in. Corner food. Shameless kitsch. Directly across from the stadium. That makes some sense. There. Oh, we don't have water up to... Probably can get rid of that power line now. Yep. Don't need that anymore. Beach restaurant? What are you? You'd look so much better if you were turned the other way. Like, that should be what faces out to the street. Oh, I guess it does have a whole bunch of props that then make that make sense. What do we have for a 1x1 that might look good in there? So I got some bars and restaurants and food and all that kind of stuff to cater to the stadium. Okay, what else do we have that maybe is just regular commercial that we might be able to fit in up here that might look good? All these boutique-y ones. I think they're all from Hollywood. Probably a good choice, actually. Oh, this guy doesn't even have any kind of ground texture. Actually, I like his corner. Oh, it's a nice corner presence for that one. So I think we'll run the street up there. Here's some more of these. This is when the game's not playing, you can come shopping up here as well. Sports, food, nightclubs. shops. That's what this area is. Lots of cars going in, and people are walking out, so they do go in there. It actually is functional. And then they're presumably I'm just looking at where I can see where this is going. Where's the road? Asymmetrical with bike lanes. That would be kind of appropriate, actually. I'm assuming people can bike on this. Yeah, there's someone on a bike. So this should actually be the same. And there's the one I'm looking for. I think that is appropriate. Then there's a turn into there. And over here, we just need a regular 2-lane road with bike lanes. That's actually it's actually pretty busy. Cargo capacity used, it's at full use. Hopefully they're not going to run out of goods in there. Workers seems to be the main thing. So you can come up, you turn in there, the delivery trucks head over to there. I think that works. There's 2 lanes out, 1 for each direction. That's good. This one's got a big hanging thing in the back. It'll be better on this side. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do about my lights, because I want, well, I guess people are walking through there, so I should back them off to the minimum. Feel like they should. What's his name from the movie? Hey, I'm walking here as I'm shifting the buildings out into them. I was going to put in some residential, and we seem to have some worker problems up here, so let's switch gears for a moment. Could do. These have storefront. That's kind of a good transition, actually. So then further along here, we're just going to have it just as residential. Those have got that kind of commercial on the ground floor thing going. I do like those. I tend to use them a lot. Although the point for this corner one is actually right here. Like there. So that we line up with that plaza. That works. The space down at the end is very small. Okay, let's round out the block. Need something else with a good corner, and everything we're doing up here is kind of modern, so. Modern, but not that tall. That mostly works there, actually. It's not too big. And it's even got that kind of shop front along there. Commercial on the ground floor would be desirable here. How does this kind of go? It does mash into this one. You know what? These... What if I do it this way? And I can go back and use that through here, if I can find it again. I want the other one of this now, actually. If I can find it again. Here we are. This one has a chipotle, which would be right at home in this culinary disaster that is this area. That's okay. It's a little bit weird right there, but it looks good out here, so we'll go with that. Okay, we're into narrow back here. This might be just the thing. Built for parking back there that you're not going to get, but only we know it's there. Service vehicles do come in here. There's another ambulance. Who's sick now? Yeah, maybe it's not a very healthy place to live, I don't know. This should be 7. I think it should. I'm kind of envisioning that each of these doors is for one unit out on the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I had my camera off for a few minutes here as I restarted. So I'll just give you a quick overview of what I filled in. I did a little bit of surface painting and put some trees in the courtyard here. A little playground and some trees in the courtyard back here. And I did figure out what I was going to do with the kind of gray paving next to the really fancy. I'm just going to use this decal along the way to fill it all in. And there's a couple spots like over here where I actually made the decal a procedural object so that it would line up better. Looks like maybe a little small adjustment still needed there. So next step, I'm going to work on the sidewalk along here. It's kind of tedious work. I'm just laughing at that guy who went up to the top deck there. There goes another one. Sims don't need to take the stairs, not when they have hoverboards to get up top. So that one there is one I'm going to switch to a procedural object so I can fine tune it. So Shift P. I'm just aiming to make it kind of work better with that alley. There. So just converting the odd ones to a procedural object, really a little bit tedious, but it does actually make a difference. I'm going to switch gears in just a moment here because there's I want to do some custom work on this building. Alright, I mean, this has got a big white wall on it, and Chanel, it's pretty famous fashion design, perfume, all that kind of stuff. Chanel number 5. So I watched a tutorial about how to bring custom textures into the game using procedural object. Now that worked on that one. Much better anyway. So this one here looks like the right fit. That was a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a quick little job. There we go. An ad for Chanel number 5. That actually worked well in the end. Alright, back to the sidewalk. Let's go back to my decal. helpfully down at the end so I can easily find it. There, we have a pretty sidewalk done all along here. Up to the hotel, anyway. Okay, the other thing I want to do on this shopping street is it needs some green. Right? Trees just add so much to cities, and this is such a stark kind of environment. Some trees would be great. However, my problem is the Sims very much use every kind of piece of the sidewalk. There's not like one of these, like it kind of starts to look like, well, maybe they don't walk in the third one in. But look, here's an old lady on that third one in. So they use all of these tiles, except, interestingly, you won't find anyone other than cutting across on the two tiles closest to the street. So, and someone's proven me wrong. Oh, maybe she's just crossing. Well, there's someone right there. But then down here, I really don't see them on that often. Except here we are. Well, anyway, I think they're less used, the ones closest to the street compared to the other ones, so that's where we're going to stuff the trees, even if though occasionally someone actually does use it. Made a liar of me here. The Rowan's quite nice, actually. I'm gonna check this one over here. It's too big. That one could work. How's the elm? Would an elm look? Probably just a touch too big for to be growing out of that little box. I'm going to put all these in boxes, just like those ones. And then we'll spread them out throughout the street. We're going to stop and take a look, see if this is hitting the mark. I think I'm going to make them 5 tiles away from each other. Just give it a slight increase in space. As I look at this, I think it would be better if they weren't smack on the curb. I mean, it's nice and all, but I'm going to try and split the difference. I'm going to move them back to the boundary line between the two, if my computer's not crashing on me. Alright, we're back. I'm going to try and put them on this dividing line where hopefully not a lot of folks are walking. Some fools are, but I think that's better than having them so close to the street. And it's still better to have them than not have them at all, in my opinion. Alright. I think that's worth it. Just takes the edge off of everything. Off the starkness of it all. So bear with me as I create all this. All these trees. There we go. Now that's a nice street. except for that one planter. Oopsie. Missed that one. But I think that I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good street. I suppose I should put a building on this corner. I haven't put any office in this area yet. Could be an office building. A little big in terms of pushing things. Should be an office that's got some ground floor presence though. Oh, that thing's massive. There's a lot of choice. I think this one actually has a bar on the ground floor, which is kind of perfect. Suds and duds. Alright. And it's four-sided, so that's great. That's our winner. Now, I can put this right up on the corner, and we might be able to fit in a 1x2 as well. Okay, over up this way. Doesn't look promising at the restaurant. Two ambulances. Well, I guess the ambulances are going somewhere else. I don't entirely like this one here. Let's just get rid of it and put something else. Oh, there's a lot of people in the thing. Oh no, there's a place that takes in a corner well. Glass on all sides. It's not too tall. No taller than that condo. Kind of makes the condo not so lonely. I think we'll go with that. The Aldea Foot Club team office is probably, we'll say that's over here in this building for sure. We need some residential going down the street though, because the commercial kind of piece component is up at the front. And whatever I do, it's not going to be old style, because that's not the flavor of this district. And mid-rise at most, not too tall. Ooh. Oh, I put that office down, but the kind of corner of this thing is kind of perfect. You know what? Let's put that on the corner. Right now, it's residential that is in more demand in the city. The days of Aldea's employment problems kind of disappeared along the way, and now we have 1% unemployment. So that's very commercial around the base, which is good. Have anything modern that would fit alongside that? Not really. I'll leave this space. If there's some commercial on that, I can have a little kind of mini plaza. Actually, I could just put one of those on this side. And we can still have a little plaza. Yeah, we'll take those ones out. We'll leave that one. And I'll pick something else for this. Anything 3 wide, because then I'll take that one out and put in something else. Could do the townhouse thing. Oh, but they got all these garages, which we don't want. Although it'd be nice. Jeez. Sometimes you kind of keep second guessing yourself. It'd be nice to have something that has balconies on the back, given the setting. Like that is good. There. We have residential filled in. All right, let's do the trees. It's going to be fussy with me. I can see that. Plop and drag them in, I guess. This particular spot. And I wanted the oak, young oak. There we go. Pretty. Suppose I should continue some of the trees around the bend. It's funny, as soon as there's trees, it really starts to feel complete. They take the edge off things so well. Over on this side, I don't like how this is, and unfortunately I can't get rid of this fence and wall there because it's built into the asset. It's not a prop, which is really unfortunate. But I did have an idea of what I can do. Turn it into cafes. Whoosh! I demolished my stadium. That was the wrong button. I'm gonna... That's fine, I think. We can just bring it back. I was trying to get rid of that other cafe. Here's the one. Maybe it'll be easier to place it now. Yeah, it pretty much plops just right in there now. Hey! I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to fix And what's your problem? Too few services? What if I lower your level? Will you then forgive and forget about whatever it is you're upset about? Nobody else has a problem on the street. Now up here at the entranceway, I think we can do some mid-rise residential. There was one I was looking at earlier, but I forget where it is. Oh, that would be a good one to face the other direction, probably. All those balconies. I'm just going to put it there to hold on to it for now. I think that's just a little bit bigger than what I want up here on the hill. It's a gorgeous little building, though. This is the one. I definitely want this one in the area. I can find that one again. It's called The Hill. And I have a spot for it. So what's next is I'm going to work on this block to kind of finish it up and connect do some of the path network. I was playing around. I didn't know whether it would work, so I didn't record it. but I made this delightful little thing to add a real personal touch to the area. All it is, so the way I did it, it's a procedural object with custom-made texture sign in Photoshop with Cuthbert Field that I brought in and put on a different sign. And then the wood frame around the outside is another procedural object of another sign, just to make an outline. And then we got a network piece here of a concrete retaining wall. And then just a concrete step that I turned into a procedural object and expanded out to make the base. And then around back, another sign that I brought in this artwork from just an image I found online to put on the back. So I'm pretty darn happy with that. It's really something, you know, kind of personal for the city, for the place, and I think it's an appropriate entranceway thing up into this special district at this major junction inn for pedestrians and everything else. And of course, you know, something like that, placemaking, it also has to be lit up, so we have some spotlights around it. Sometimes it's the little things. I mean, this collectively, that was about 45 minutes worth of work just for the darn little sign there, but hey, maybe it's worth it. It brings me joy. But I think it needs some landscaping around it. So, and I think this is the kind of place that people would walk up to take a selfie with, so I think I'll drop a marker in there as well. One of these guys. The people coming for a selfie. And then we'll put some landscaping around the lower chunk and the upper chunk. And I think red would be our go-to, given that it's the team colors and whatnot. Alright. And put in some white flowers with them, some yellow. Or maybe it's just some evergreen, actually. A red and a dark evergreen could look really good together. We'll use these up top. Yeah. Put a line of these. Does that block out the artwork? No, I think that's okay. You know what? We'll keep the ones on the edge. We'll remove the middle ones so that it's framed. There. So back down here. Okay, so let's go find some evergreen kind of lodgepole type things. I think though we'll go with these. They've got a kind of a pinky flower in them too. Ooh, yeah, here's an idea. A for Aldea. I think I'm going to mark it out with something else that's in there. There. Something that you would not see from the ground, but that kind of overhead kind of drone helicopter blimp shot that you often get in sports of the exterior of the stadium, that would definitely get captured. The Cuthbert Field sign and a gardened in place A. But for the tourists walking by, it's just bushes. It's not. It's only from this view that it becomes apparent what we've done. Still, I like it. We're just going to use some of these bushes up here as well. Maybe we'll put some just around the base of the sign. In fact, I don't want the larger, I want the even smaller. Just something that says, "Don't climb on this, please." Of which I'm sure there'd be people who would ignore. You know, the group of guys fresh from the local pub with someone's daring the friend to go climb up on top of it. Fueled by a little bit of liquid courage on their way to the game and other such nonsense. But they'll have to trudge through the bushes to do it. Here we go. That is some good placemaking. Okay, I'm gonna go put in another pedestrian road. I want to link up to there. This is the road that we used, so we'll use that one. And we'll just carry on up to join up here. And we don't want traffic lights here at all. It occurs to me that I should put a bench down in this area. And we'll put one more hang around marker up there for the folks that are gonna check out the art. There. In terms of other little details I want to add, you know, now I'm getting getting very taken up with custom procedural objects. Where's this guy? Oh, there he is. He's just turned the wrong way. This is a big blank wall on this big prominent public space. So I want to change that. And I have created a texture for this. I'm going to convert this to a procedural object. And so the texture I have, Aldea being a city set on the prairies. Yeah, I asked ChatGPT to create an art image of soccer and the prairies, and this is what it spit out. So that's what we're going with. That's what soccer on the prairies means, apparently. Should darken the image up a bit though, as I look at it in game. In game, things seem to be lighter. And maybe instead of, or might be stretching it a little bit too far. That's pretty good. I might darken that up just a little bit. Not much, just a tad. And you know what? I think where I can't completely fill that space, just given the dimensions, I'm gonna slide it over to this side, I think. It's a little stretched, but I think that's better mostly. Actually, I know. I will take some of it down underground as a solution for the stretch. Could go above this line too, I suppose, on the building, but that feels like a natural boundary. Anyway, more soccer imagery. Okay, this is coming along really well. I'm really pleased with the quality of this and what we've been able to do with this special district. Unfortunately, the video is starting to get a little long here, so I think given that I've got this development area to do, the kind of path network to sort out as it comes down the hill, vegetation, and what sort of development I'm going to have along Glendowen, and maybe even a placemaking piece like we did at this entrance over here on this side. So with all that in mind, I think I'm going to have to put a pause in right here and do all that on a third video for this stadium project. So for now, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any feedback, you can leave it in the comments section. I do read everything. And if you'd like to get more updates and see more from me, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll close out with a cinematic.